Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeff. So in this video, we're going to check out Say My Name by Say Yes, which is the unit group from Boys Planet. This is during the artist battle. So in this group, we have Hanbin, Sung Hanbin, Eugene, Matthew, Songon, and Jiung. This is in continuation to doing the dance practice reactions and analysis for the artist battle performances on Boys Planet. Last time I did On Guard and Supercharger. It's been a while. It's been a whole month since I did it because I was away. I went to Manila for a family reunion. And yeah, if you guys are curious, I did do a full reaction, full episode reaction, all the episodes of Boys Planet, including the finale, ZB1, Zero Base 1, that fucking name, oh my god. ZB1, I'm gonna stick with ZB1 because that sounds a lot better than Zero Base 1. ZB1 is definitely, they're gonna be like one of my alts. They're gonna be one of my alt groups. I was in this journey with them ever since the beginning, and I just grew to love so many trainees on there, to the point where I was fine with whoever made it into the final lineup as long as my alts made it. I have two alts. I have Terry and Matthew that I voted for. So yeah, if you guys are interested in the Boys Planet reactions, it's on my Patreon. So yeah, we're gonna do Say My Name in this video. For Switch and for Over Me, I'm gonna do in a separate video, just because it gets really long and it has so many things to catch up on. So for the last two, Switch and Over Me, I'm gonna do next week, so stay tuned for those ones as well. So yeah, as usual, I'm gonna do a full run through and then I'm gonna do whatever dissection I can do. Let's get to it. Oh my god, this living it, reliving it. I love this song so much. When it aired, when it aired, I couldn't get it out of my head. Cute. With the glasses. Oh my god. Hey. Love that part. Oh, Matthew, the character dancing is so on point. That's cute. Hey, here you go, the vocals. Hey, is he also wearing glasses? So cute. Oh, that was so hard. Here we go. Love that killing point. It's so adorable. Eugene! That spin! I love that chorus. It's so smooth and the way it travels. I love how he made that his thing throughout the entire series. Hey. Woo! Oh, Eugene, hello! That was so hard. If ZB1 does songs like this in Jelly Pop, like that's a great concept for them to start with, I feel like. As long as the choreography is there as well as the vocals. And the melody of the song is like heartwarming, triumphant. Like those are the type of things that make me like the song on the show when it made me feel happy for some reason. I love, the sexy concepts, the dark concepts and also like the more hardcore choreography concepts as well. But like for some reason in this show, what stuck out to me the most were the happy, vibey type of concepts. Like this one, Say My Name, and like Jelly Pop. Just like the happy moods that they put me in were the ones that I resonated with a lot. Maybe it's because of where I am in in my life right now. I want to feel that like energy, the vibrant energy, and that's probably why the ones that really stuck out to me for voting were Terry and Matthew because of the smiles, the teeth, the smiles, and they just like light up the room for me. And I'm sure a lot of you guys feel the same way. Those aren't just my favorites. I have so many favorites on the show. So yeah, back to this song and choreography. So obviously I don't think it's as difficult per se choreography wise as opposed to a lot of the other ones that were performed in the show. There's a lot of very difficult choreographies that were performed on the show. This one has a very vibrant feel to it, and like vibrance and like joyful type of songs don't really equate to it's not always that when you have those kind of songs the dancing is easier because you have Jelly Pop where it's a vibrant feel, but the choreography is actually more difficult. That choreography is a lot more difficult than this one. What I like about Say My Name is the feel that it gives me, like the essence of the movement and the execution of the movements, the imageries, and the faces. That's why Choi Young-jun, the guy who choreographed this and mentored them on the show, he was saying something about, it's the energy. It's about the energy, the facial expressions that would highlight this choreography. And I agree after seeing this dance practice. On the show, on the live stage, it was very, very good. I loved it. I love what they did with it. It was perfection. And the vibrant energy was there. You can see that the dancing, the actual choreography, the dancing itself it's on the easier side. It's more also on the character side. There's a specific difference. You don't really see a lot of very character-y movements on a K-pop song. Of course you have like facial expressions, but mainly it's kind of like fairy looks. Very beautiful looks, so you don't really get a lot of like big energy type of characters within the movements. This specific song required that because it has a very almost like stage musical type of feel to it, especially the concept. It's like the first crush, high school crush, those kind of things. We've all been there. That's a concept. And the staging of it on the show, you had the classroom, which if you've watched a musical on Broadway or like in your regional theater, you see like that kind of set, and then they dance in front. So yeah, let's look through it again with some analysis that we can do. Like that sound is so good. I love that part. It's so magical, and I think that oh my god, I love Hanbin. Hanbin is not my alt on the show, but I have such an appreciation for him ever since the beginning until the very end. And he just knows how to pick moments for himself. Like from the very beginning, I feel like he's so smart. And that is due to his extensive dance training. So if you guys don't know, I'm sure you guys know. If you guys are Boys Planet fans, you guys know that Hanbin has been dancing for a while. I am so in awe of his determination and passion for dance, for the craft. As you guys know, he took a lot of workshops. He participated in a lot of performances, like those kind of concept videos, and like he takes part in these like creative artistic fields that we don't really normally see publicly within K-pop. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of K-pop idols out there that have done the same, but it's just not publicized because they're quite hidden. But for Hanbin, it's well documented, right? So it's nice to see that passion of him, and of course his versatility as well. So combine all of those, his experience. He's a very seasoned dancer. He's very seasoned. The stuff that he was doing are the ones that I'm very familiar with, like the dance workshops. I used to do that all the time. I have many friends who does that up till now. I have friends who are married to choreographers who runs workshops, and that kind of world is very exhaustive in a way, because you have, when you take a workshop, if you guys are dancers, you guys will know this. If you guys do a workshop, sometimes you pay, like $10 to $30, depending on where you are or who the choreographer is. And then you do like an hour to like 2 hour sessions. And within that session, workshop session, you learn the first verse and the chorus, or however part of the choreography, and then you exhaust yourself to like learning the choreography, and then you perform it in front of everybody. So like anxiety wise, if you guys are getting that already, you have to like learn this choreography fast, and then you have to perform it in front of everybody who are all technically trained, all like, all levels of like dancers. That's very intimidating. I myself, I get very nervous when that happens, when I used to do a lot of workshops, because when it's time to like show them what you learned, you're in, as you guys saw, with Hanbin's videos, sometimes you're alone, sometimes you're with 3 people, and then like everybody's watching you. So it's just, he's so well trained. And so he knows how to pick his songs. He knows how to pick his moments, because on the show, they make it seem like they just heard the song for the first time on a certain moment. But like, what we've seen in some occasions, they watched the video, the choreographies on a separate room. Like they were sitting down at one of the episodes, they were sitting down and they were watching the choreographies and the songs on the TV. And then they make it seem like later on that they just heard the song and, that kind of thing. I feel like the way Hanbin picks his positions that he's going to go for are what is highlighted on the choreography, on the song. So like with this one, there is such a highlight to this, and it's the first one, and it's a very triumphant note. It's not, he's not dancing on it, but like the focus is on him. He's very strategic in this competition. Highlighted him the moment I watched their live stage, I was like, oh my God, like that was such a beautiful moment. Oh my God, that was a long rant. I'm sorry. It's Hanbin. I have so many things to say about Hanbin, okay? I love this transition out. Yeah, very cute. They actually repeat that choreography a couple more times within this song. This part, that part, we see it later too. And I love the level change there and the stomps. It's an easier choreography, so like those details are very much appreciated. It elevates a performance. So like here, the level, squatting down, so that you have that level change, tilt back on the head, and also like the shoulders back, so that when you do that movement, it's a lot more emphasized, and the shape is there. The tilt back is actually quite important, because if you do it not like tilt back the head, the shape is not going to be as angular. And then from here, straight up, and then boom, down, like that. Lean forward, it's very prominent, and it's lower too, because if you do it just like half-assed, it's not going to be as effective. Okay, we're gonna talk about Matthew now. Oh my God, my fellow Canadian. What I love about him in this song is he's actually more of a character vibe, because this song, it has a very jumpy feeling to it, like that elatedness that, is just a very vibrant, jumpy feeling to it. And because of his smile, You know, it's so fitting to the song, and the way he's executing and interpreting the choreography is more on the character side. So, what I mean by that character, it's not the normal cool or pretty way. It's not being afraid to look a little bit silly, that kind of thing. That's what character is. Something a little bit out of the norm. So, like with his movements, like that kind of thing. It's not your sexy or cool interpretation, because he could have done that more on a cool way, but like the way he's like bouncing from like down to up, the way he's rolling this, it's very character-y. And like even here, and then this part, I love his movement here too, because he's more tilted back. If you guys see the broadcast, that's one of my favorite moments, because when he does this thing, his head is like backwards and then like turned like so. So we don't miss his face, and then he's doing like that part. It's a more individual interpretation, and that's why Matthew stuck out in this performance, because I feel like everybody else has a similar interpretation, which is like, you know, the cool school kid, pretty movements here and there, you know, but like Matthew went for silly, jumpy. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I 100% understand that interpretation. And I feel like when you're trained in the West, I don't know how long he trained in Canada, but when you're trained in the West, it's a totally different feel than the training in K-pop, as I've seen. I've been doing this channel for 3 years now, and whenever there's a foreign idol or trainee, they almost always have a very specific type of training if they've trained in the West, rather than if they grew up and trained in Korea but can speak English. There's a difference, right? So like with Matthew, not just with this performance, but like all throughout the entire show, he has a very vibrant groove to his body, from like the shoulders to the hands to the hips. There's a very Western twang to the way he moves, basically. And it's carried here. I don't know, maybe he did musical theater in school. Not sure about that, but like it's very fitting. I like the interpretation that he got for this specific song. And it's fitting with his face, you know, with with a smile, with a huge smile. And that's why Choi Young-jun, the choreographer, was like, you know, don't lose your smile, because that is your power. And I totally agree. And like here too, like of course that's, you know, choreographed in a way, like of course that's part of the choreography, the original choreography, but like, you know, with his bum sticking out, like being silly on that, you know, in hyping him up, that's very musical theater. So that's a character that he's playing. It's also like initiated and supported by his vibrant energy. It really works. See the difference though, like with them, like I'm not saying that they're wrong. Like the tilt back on this part, like Matthews is just further back, like it's more slanted rather than them, you know? Like I like that. This is yeah. And even there too, like the way, you know, he was doing all that. He's adding a lot of details basically. To support that character. I think that's a pretty cool interpretation, because, you know, you're in a high school, like that's a concept, right? Like Eugene is the guy who has a crush, and they're his friends. So like within your group of friends, you have they have different personalities. You know, some people will be more silly and jumpy. Some people will be louder. Some people are going to be more reserved. Some people are going to be a lot sexier. Some, you know, like those kind of friendships. Like look at your group of friends. You probably have like different personalities within that group, right? In that context, it works. What they're doing here works. The heart. Cute. And then it's like pumped. I love that. I think I missed that on the show. It's like, so it's a small heart. It's a small heart, and then Jihyo makes it bigger until it pops. Cute. Here we go. Oh my god, it's chorus. Hey. Ah! Okay. This chorus is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You know, it's not your traditional like pretty fluid movements, right? It's it's so special. There's something so special about this choreography. Maybe it's them, maybe it's the way it's being danced, but like I love the details in between the beats and the lyrics. For example, like this part, like that part, I feel like it's not on the beginning of the bar, like the beat. I think it's pre-chorus almost. And then it has like these kind of like detailing in between the beats. And that's like I love that because it's continuous. It flows really nicely and it's on the downbeat. I love that part. Like when Hanbin did that on the show, on the broadcast, when he kind of like he's so cute. He's a little bit more aggressive here. Maybe it's the bangs, but like he's, you know, smile, smile. Like that part, like it's kind of like, you know, those moments where like something's so cute that you can't like fathom. You want to squeeze, you know, like how you feel about like a baby. You know, when a baby's so cute, you want to just like squish them, not aggressively, but like push them because they're so cute. I feel like that moment is that like that kind of feeling. And they portrayed it so well. And then this part, I love the dynamic change here. Love the dynamic change because it's like boom, big, and then it slows down, and then as it slows down, your hips go lower, right? And then it goes into that, which is like so cute. And I love the level change. So with Sungwon and Jiyoung, they're actually dancing quite similar. Well, Sungwon has a lot of like highlights on the vocals. The vocals are really his vocals are really overpowering his dancing. But like he and Jiyoung kind of like dances quite similarly. Yeah, like Sungwon gets a lot of like the leading choreography too. Love that turn. with Yujin, like I love his dancing ever since the pilot episode. My friend and I, we call him a prodigy. He's got 1 year of training. I don't know what kind of training he had prior to joining his agency or prior to that 1 year that he put on his profile. But like, if you can learn how to dance like this within a year, you're a prodigy. Like the stuff that he was doing on the show, you know, like the audition, that was insane. The nuances in the way he dances, in his sharp movements and his pops, it's very seasoned the way he was moving in that. Hey, love that part, the detail, the scissors. It does repeat quite a lot, but I don't mind it. May not be good for a dissection, but to enjoy, it's fine. Hey. Yeah, so at that moment, you know, they have more character vibes. Love this bridge part. It's a little bit more jumpy. Love the vocals in this so much. See there? I was waiting for it because like I saw it earlier. With Yujin, see what I mean? You know, like he's definitely like skating throughout this choreography, and then you give him a moment to be hard hitting. He is so good at it. You know, he's so good. Like all this, you know, it's cool. And then you give more like hard hitting movements, and then he pops even more. I'm also very glad that Ji-young chose this song because throughout the entire show, you know, he was definitely portrayed as the sexy guy, right? And a lot of his portrayal and the choreographies that was being chosen were on the sexier side. So yeah, I was very happy that he chose this song. So we were able to see more of his dancing rather than the abs, and it really shows more versatility, right? But I do think that his forte is more on the sexier dance. And that's probably why he was choosing that up until now, up until this song, because on the finale, he shines so much. What song is that? Hot Summer? Hot Summer, right? He shines so much in that. I was like in awe of the way he was moving there. So I was like, okay, it was good that he was part of Say My Name, just so that we can see a little bit more of like what he can do, and also it's a great song. It's a great group and a great song to be on. But definitely his forte is the sexier, more like cool type of movements. That's what he's trained at extensively, seemingly. Yeah. I just want to applaud them too for like being able to film all these extra content apart from the show, because the show, as PH1 mentioned on Dive Studios, if you guys haven't watched that one, he mentioned that they barely get enough sleep on the show, like the trainees, because they're training so hard, they're learning choreography back and forth, they're doing arrangements, recordings, and then also in between recordings, like the games, you know, those kind of things. So huge kudos to them for even having the energy to do these kind of practices. Again, if you guys are wanting to watch my full episode reactions to Boys Planet, I have it on Patreon. Anyway, before I go, yeah, I'm so looking forward to further ZB1 content. Especially their debut, what kind of songs they will have, what kind of concepts they will have, and what sound, what music, what kind of sound will they have. And I'll be doing more content for ZB1 in the future, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't, so you can get all that, right? All right, thank you guys so much for watching with me today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, do like and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure you tick that notification bell so you don't miss any content from me. And if you'd like to get to know more about me, do check out my Instagram, TikTok, and Patreon down below.